Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Washington versus Washington State college football matchup on Saturday, September 14th, 2024. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year, College Football Saturday. If you like all the free stuff that we do at Pick Dawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Just go to pickdawgz.com and click on the premium picks tab. Also got a link directly below in the description. Packages range between $15 all the way up to yearly packages, but no matter what you buy, if you use the discount code PICK, you'll get 15% off. We also have VIP packages for people that bet more than $1,000 a game and have bankrolls of more than $10,000. This is really custom-made packages, our highest and our most expensive packages. If that's what you're looking for, text the number on the screen. But let's get to it. We've got Washington taking on Washington State. It is the 2024 version of the Apple Cup. For years, this game was played on that day after Thanksgiving, Friday, but not this year, not with these teams in different conferences now, with Washington off to the Big Ten and Washington State. Well, I'm not sure where they are, but it looks like a reformation of the Pac-12, just different teams in that conference. But this year, Washington State is independent. You know, Washington State started the season with a tougher win. Well, not tough, but 70-30 against Portland State. Didn't get a lot of credit for that. Then they were 2.5-point home dogs against Texas Tech and actually blew their doors off in that game and certainly played very, very well in that matchup. Of course, a lot missing, from Washington State from last year. Cam Ward off to Miami through the transfer portal. Speaking about missing pieces, Washington losing their head coach, but bringing in Jeb Fish from Arizona. I tell you what, of all the coaching moves and losing your coach to Alabama and all the things that go with that, I think Washington made out pretty good in that deal. Jeb Fish did an awesome job at Arizona last year, and now he has a ton more to work with at Washington. But of course, they've lost a lot of players from that team as well. So certainly a little bit of rebuilding going on there. But when we look at what Washington did against Eastern Michigan, did not cover the spread, laying 24.5 points in that thing. And, Eastern Michigan kind of got the best of it in the early going, but once Washington got running downhill, well, pretty tough to stop. Ran for 185 yards in that game, threw for another 316, and pretty much an offensive display in that thing. Rodgers, 21 of 26, 261 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Coleman, 11 carries for 104 yards, including a 64-yarder. Davis also had 42 on the ground. Hunter, top receiver, with 72 yards, while Jackson had 66. I think that, we look at this Washington team, and they really racked up some sacks in that game. And I think that was really, to me, one of the more impressive things about it is the pressure that they were able to get defensively, with 7 sacks in that game for 46 yards of losses. But the number 7, that is a lot of sacks for any kind of football game. Meanwhile, on the other side of this one, Washington State was really lightly regarded going into that Texas Tech game. Texas Tech had beaten Abilene Christian by just a point going into that thing. And meanwhile, Washington State just thoroughly disrespected by the odds makers and betting public. But they ran for 301 yards against Texas Tech and threw for 115. And I think that's what type of game we're going to see here. We're going to see a game that's settled between the tackles, at least from Washington State's perspective. It was Mateer running for 197 yards on 21 carries. Parker, 11 carries and 69 yards. I think that this one is going to be a smash-mouth rivalry type of game. And the thing about this one, though, Washington has pretty much dominated the rivalry with the favorites won 7 of the last 9, and Washington has won 7 of the last 9. So Washington basically has been favored in every single time over the last 9 years. When we look at that how the pace of the game looks to me, I think we are going to see a lot of rushing of the football. And Washington clearly the better passing team, at least what we saw against Eastern Michigan. But to be honest, I think that this game might be a little bit more competitive than people think. I think Jeb Fish is a great head coach. I loved what he did in Arizona, and if he was still there, oh man, I would pick them to win the Big 12 conference, but he's not there. In this case, I'll tell you, I'm going to roll with Washington State, and I think Jeb Fish is going to be happy to just get a win, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportsshopplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.